This conference is a showcase for us on why we chose to specialize in mobile. We have a singular focus at Relay Ventures on mobile, and it is the root of our differentiation in what is a very competitive market of venture capital, especially here in Silicon Valley. As a firm, we share one Rolodex of contacts, and each company in the portfolio belongs to the firm, not to a single partner. And because every one of the almost 40 portfolio companies is in mobile, we have the greatest single concentration of mobile visionaries, what we call the mobile architects of change. And it is a benefit to each member of the network. We like to say that, in fact, the portfolio is the network. And every one of you in this room today is a part of that network as well. It's an ecosystem of entrepreneurs, co-investors, and mobile industry influencers. So on behalf of the partners of Relay Ventures, welcome and thank you for joining us today. I'd like to take just a few minutes to set the stage for what we're going to be talking about today. Our objective for this event has always been to inform you, to inspire the entrepreneurs that we work with to do great things, and ultimately to shape and influence the discussion and direction for the industry. Last year, we held a fantastic event. It was about a third the size of this one, and we focused on broad horizontal topics, which included discussions on platform, monetization, commerce, user acquisition, and so forth. Very important building blocks and enabling infrastructure for mobile. And most of the mobile-focused conferences taking place this year will again talk about those same topics. But today we're not doing that. Today we're going to take this discussion to a completely different and higher level. Our view is that we're finally emerging from what we'll call the first phase of the mobile computing cycle, one that has been predominantly characterized by time consumption activities such as gameplay, status updates, photo sharing, and check-ins, and take it to a new level, into a phase that we now call time creation, the enablement of a series of activities that are truly transformational and that will deliver meaningful change for our lives and beyond just convenience and entertainment. So I do want to be clear that I don't discount or dismiss the already transformational impact that mobile has had around the world and in all societies. In fact, the original PIM stack, email, calendar, and contacts was mobilized, and when it was mobilized, it too created time. But we believe that the potent combination of the collective brain power of computer science, the sheer will and determination of entrepreneurs, and the financial enablement provided by venture capital can surely yield more than just shooting birds at green pigs, which, by the way, is done 300 million minutes per day. If you do the math, that's 570 years of gameplay per day. Now imagine if we could have that sort of impact on healthcare or education. Mobile can play a larger role than just as a platform for amusement and convenience. Mobile can democratize access and connectivity to the internet. For those in the developing world, mobile is the first connection they have to the internet, establishing infrastructure for payments, communications, and commerce for the very first time. And for those of us in the developed world, we have access to the internet in our pockets. Maybe not in this particular part of Silicon Valley, but generally speaking, with mobile, we can free ourselves from our desktop computers and fixed broadband connections, which lays the foundation for the digitization, disruption, and reinvention of just about every industry we can imagine. And because of the ubiquity of smartphones, bandwidth, pervasive connectivity, social networking, cloud computing, and low-cost sensors, every node on the network has a voice, unlocking huge disruption in industries like education and healthcare that have been relatively untouched by modern mobile technology. Mobile is no longer a category or an alternative platform, but it is a catalyst. It is a bridge between the online and the physical world. It's about context, not form factor. As I was preparing these remarks, I looked back at a presentation that I delivered to this event 2 years ago, and at that time I spoke about how technology had already impacted our lives, and my examples resonated with everyone in the room. For example, I would ask you, how did you follow the news of what transpired in Boston? It wasn't from the morning paper, I would hazard to guess. It was from Twitter updates, and it was from push alerts to your smartphone. When was the last time that you actually developed photographs, or bought a music album, or rented a video from a store, or looked up a number in a Yellow Pages, or placed a classified ad, or went shopping for books in an actual bookstore? These are many activities that, for most of us, our children will never know. So digital has already had a tremendous impact. But as much as everyone related to those examples 2 years ago, in the grand scheme of things, they're all still pretty simplistic. What we've done is we've made life better by making it more convenient. So today's agenda is going to focus on 4 categories: education, healthcare, workplace, and home. And we suggest that mobile will be a catalyst for dramatic and transformational change in these vertical markets, and further, that innovation in these markets will have a more sustainable and beneficial impact on the lives of everyone on this planet. As Sal Khan wrote in his book, and I'm sure we'll hear from him today shortly, does the standard classroom model of a broadcast lecture in school and solitary homework in the evening still make sense in the digital age? Can mobile free us from the physical limitations of education, making it more flexible, portable, and personal? Can mobile have a bigger effect on learning than the invention of movable type or the printing press? With respect to health, our health has largely been unaffected, insulated from the digital revolution. Can mobile enable a check engine light for our bodies? Just imagine if we can remotely and continuously monitor our vital signs, our heart rate, our blood pressure, our body temperature, our glucose levels, and our brain waves. Will we finally have the ability to have our medical professionals deliver individualized medicine instead of what Eric Topol, author of The Creative Destruction of Medicine, describes as generalized medicine practiced at the population level? Data is mobile. Employees can sync up without even going to the office. It's a revolution on the verge of changing office culture and office environments. Will working virtually cut costs and increase productivity, or will it fundamentally create new problems? We've long known that we as consumers have access to better and cheaper technology than what our enterprise employers provide to us. And so I ask, has the CIO lost this battle? Has bring your own device and now bring your own software fundamentally transformed the notion of the workplace? And finally, as we connect our homes and cars to the internet, with a network of sensors, that we as individuals can finally have a lasting impact on the environment, improving efficiency by better controlling energy consumption and ushering in a new era of services and business models. Connected home goes well beyond simply sitting back with a smartphone to control what you watch on television. It could be the driver for a much broader acceptance of a connected home vision. Now, I know these predictions may sound a little bit wild, and they're probably a little bit dangerous to be making, because they're either going to be visions, if you're right, or hallucinations more often if you're wrong. But I do want to finish by suggesting that we may be near the end of mobile. And this may be controversial for a fund that's staked its entire purpose on investing in mobile, and here I am at a mobile conference, but I do believe that one day soon we will look back at the notion of defining businesses as strictly mobile and struggle to remember a time when we had a disconnected world, one without pervasive access, collective knowledge, and social connectivity. One day there will be no need to declare our focus on mobile, because all there will be is mobile. So today we have a jam-packed program for you, and we're going to go deep into those verticals of education, healthcare, workplace, and home with the people who are the real thought leaders, and I will call them the real and true mobile architects of change. Thank you.